Are you tired of lugging around big box games or the same travel edition of Scrabble for your family vacation? Well, you've come to the right place then, so welcome back to Tabletop Goodness. Today, we're looking at and checking in real-life conditions my top 5 travel games in no particular order for going camping or bringing to the beach that don't just play great, but look fantastic as well. Number 1, Azul Mini. Azul is easily one of the most visually appealing games ever created, has received a multitude of awards including Spiel des Jahres and Origins Award for Best Family Game, and it has seen many different spin-offs since its original release in 2017. One of those spin-offs is Azul Mini, which sees the full-fledged game in an easy-to-carry format. At its core, Azul is a tile-laying game for 2 to 4 people in which you race against your opponents to first complete a horizontal line of 5 consecutive tiles on your wall. Every turn you try to make smart decisions as to which color of tiles you pick up from the factory display, and each tile you can't place will score negatively against your hard-earned points. The Travel Edition comes with this snazzy and thematic bag for storing your tiles. The tiles do slot in perfectly on the game boards, so they just don't slide off, and the score tracker is integrated into the boards as well. The designers thought of almost everything, even providing a plastic tray for the factory tiles should you not have a level surface to play on. Look at how well this actually plays on top of a beach bag. The only downside of that whole package here is the box it comes in. It's really not overly thought of or made. It has like this weird lid here as well, which doesn't properly open. And unless you secure both components and boards in the provided bag, which does kind of work, but it only has one push button to close it, you might want to bring another storage solution along. That said, the components are otherwise top-notch, the tiles look stunning, and the games will easily survive a camping trip or a trip to the beach. Number 2, Uno H2O to go Sport. I have the feeling that no travel edition list is complete without at least one edition of Uno, and I now added one more edition to my already staggering amount of Uno editions. So, this one here has the slightly hilarious name of Uno H2O to go Sport, as if it needed at least 4 qualifiers, but is also simply known as Uno Splash in more reasonable parts of the world. It's a plastic card edition of Uno, which means you can throw those cards around, dig them into sand, or literally play with them inside the pool without any harm done. The rules of this edition here are almost the same as the original Uno, which begs a completely separate discussion as to which rules are the correct rules, but some editions also see the inclusion of the wild downpour card. Its whole purpose is to make all players either draw 1 or 2 cards, while the discarding player still determines the new color. This specific edition has a carabiner hook here to fasten around the cards, making them a breeze to bring along if you can manage to get all the cards on there actually. Plus, they are transparent, so you only see what counts. And look how cool they look floating on water. Only downside, you will need to let them somehow dry after playing in the water, which means you might want to fan them out somewhere. Number 3. Tiny Epic Games. The Tiny Epic Games series is potentially one of the best series for small factor games. You're into pirates, Vikings, zombies, dungeons? Tiny Epic got you covered. This here is Tiny Epic Zombies, and literally everything you need is inside this tiny box here. Meeples, dice, cards, and wooden tokens. It's for up to 5 players, includes solo, cooperative, and competitive game modes, and packs so much punch. It's really incredible for the price point of, I think, roughly around $30 MSRP. Production quality is top-notch here, and I like that they even managed to put their so-called item meeples into this package, which allows you to equip your meeples with the weapons you picked up in the game. Chainsaw and Uzi-wielding meeples, check. Oh, and it got a dog meeple, so it has to be good, right? Playing in confined spaces is fine, but you will want a level surface to play on. Number 4, Palm Island. Palm Island is a game that takes the word space saving to the next level, as it literally fits into and plays in your palm. It's either played solo or with 2 players, and comes in a few different editions. I got the normal edition here, meaning standard playing cards, but there's also a plastic card edition available, which comes with a handy faux leather wallet to store everything in. I would argue that the only downside of the plastic card edition is that it's not easy to shuffle the cards, but the same goes for all plastic card games, including Uno. If you don't want to get the plastic card game edition, you can also, you guessed it, sleeve the cards, albeit these are non-standard size and a bit smaller than your average TCG card. On the other hand, you get a game that you can play almost anywhere, given that you don't need a table or anything else besides the cards. You're traveling by car? easy to play in the backseat, well, if you're not susceptible to motion sickness, that is. In Palm Island, you take control of a budding village and will try to grow it over time. It's about resource and hand management, literally, and I have to say that the game depth is absolutely stunning given what you're working with here. Over 8 rounds, you will try to gain resources, abilities, but also score victory points. The number of victory points reached at the end of the last round will tell you how well your village fared. Depending on whether you play solo, competitive or co-op, you will add a few more cards into the deck, but otherwise you will only start with these, 17 cards. Even the round tracker actually is a card which will be at the bottom of your deck. Each turn you either store, rotate or flip a card, or you discard the top card. This card here, for example, can provide you with 1 log resource if it was stored before, and you can store up to 4 resources. It's ingeniously done, really. I believe that Palm Island hits all the right spots for a camping or beach holiday, but if monsters or minions are more of your thing, then there is Palm Laboratory by the same publisher, which builds on top of Palm Island's rule set. And last but certainly not least is Hive Pocket. Hive Pocket is a strategic game for 2 players that does not need a game board at all and can be played on any surface. Playing on the beach towel? Check. Playing in the tent? Check. It also requires absolutely no setting up, which is fantastic if you just want to get started quickly. The game itself consists of a lot of hexagonal tiles, even includes a few of the existing expansions. Yes, there are expansion tiles like the ladybug and the mosquito. The object of the game is to totally surround your opponent's queen bee, whilst stopping your opponent to do the same to yours. Whoever surrounds their opponent's queen bee first wins. Each player takes all tiles of one color, and the first player puts down 1 tile, then the next player puts one of the pieces down or moves one of the pieces. You can put down one of your pieces next to an opponent's piece, and you have to place your queen bee by your 4th turn. And only after you placed your queen bee are you allowed to also move one of your pieces, but each piece moves differently, and that's the beauty of Hive Pocket. For example, this beetle here can move 1 space at a time, but can also move on top of another piece, making it immobile and take on your color. Or this grasshopper here will jump over all pieces of the hive instead of moving around on the outside. See, it does make sense that there are some expansion tiles that you can buy, like the included ladybug, which adds more strategic depth by moving 2 spaces on top of the hive and then down. Hive offers a lot of strategic depth, 3-dimensional movement, and does not need anything to get started, making it a fantastic last entry into this list. So here you go. These are my top 5 games that I would suggest looking into if you want to go on a family vacay and want to keep your game footprint small. There are games for the whole family and solo play, as well as competitive and co-op modes to keep you busy until late at night. But now, over to you. What are some of your favorites to bring along on holiday? Anything that I should add to my list here? Let me know in the comments down below. And until then, see you next time on Tabletop Goodness.